Honestly, how do you start a spoiler-free part of what is just going to be 90% spoilers? What do you say? What do you do? What are the words? Holy!
The multiverse is real?
Nowhere to hide, Peter. Look who showed up, my old friend Spiderman.
Hello, Peter.
It's Spider-Man No Way Home. It's stuttering Putty. It's just Spider-Man No Way Home. Holy crap. There's a lot to unpack here on what I just saw. What I saw towards the end. Listen, this is going to be convoluted. This is going to be crazy. This is going to be spoiler-free until I say spoilers, which, honestly, the way I'm going to edit this is going to be nuts. There's so much I want to unpack that people did not see, and I guarantee you there's things that people didn't see unless they make full breakdowns like I do, and they saw them, and then I got to be the first one to get my breakdown out, and then I got to be the first one to do this, and da-da-da-da-da, and you know I'm just excited about it, and I need to get it out of my system and go crazy and show my final score. I put 9 out of 10, but screw it, I'm changing it. 10 out of 10. Okay, maybe too high. Who cares? This was a fun movie. This was an enjoyable movie. This is what we needed after 2 years of hiatus to Marvel and not having any good Marvel movies or even maybe possibly TV shows and having nothing to fill in that Marvel void that we've been needing, and then not having the proper Spider-Man movie that we've always wanted but then always expected, and always having, not having, or having. Okay, maybe the final score should be 9, maybe even 8. I don't give a rat's ass. I want it to be 10. I love this movie. I'm going to keep it at 9 just to be honest with myself. But that's still good. There's a lot to unpack. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. You need to go see this movie. You need to freaking just go see this movie. If you haven't gotten your COVID shot and you can't go to the theaters because you haven't gotten your COVID shot, or you have to take an Uber or Lyft, or you have to hitchhike. Okay, don't hitchhike. But my point is, go see this freaking movie. I want to talk spoilers. If you've already watched it, get ready because you're going to find stuff you didn't see before. Or you're going to hear things you didn't know before. Or you're just going to be hyped for things that you didn't realize you were already hyped for. This is the hardest review that I've ever had to do because I'm frantic and excited. I have to go into spoilers. I just have to go into spoilers. That means spoilers. That's what I'm trying to say here. This is spoiler time. Spoiler. But before we get into spoilers, and I mean heavy spoilers, there's a new Spider-Man skin. The Tom Holland version of Spider-Man from No Way Home. And MJ. But the Tom Holland one, his animation is he puts a hood on his head, the mask on his head. Or maybe you want to get the one from the Battle Pass. It doesn't matter. Get you a Spider-Man in Fortnite, and while you're at it, please do me one favor. Please use my supporter credit code, Putty. That's P-U-T-T-Y. You see it on the screen. It's right there. You can't see me, but you can see the code. Use it. Spoilers now. I need to get into it, or I'm gonna die. Not technically, no. But let's go. Now look. I could go into so many references to the other shows, the other movies, the goofy parts about how Tom McGuire's Peter Parker has built-in web shooters, and then the clogging up, and then the symbiote that both with Eddie Brock and Tom McGuire, Eddie Brock, aka Venom. However you want to look at it, I can go into those. But there were a few that I wrote down that I felt really deserved to be honored in this full breakdown. So I'm going to go in the order of when they appear and explain to you how they work. And then the first one would be his attorney, Matt Murdock.
Nelson and Murdock.
From the Daredevil series on Netflix. Boy, is this going to be something we're going to get excited about because this goes deeper into another series that I've been doing a review for. I won't say any more if you haven't watched it. And if you haven't watched it, go watch it. Now that you've seen this, by the way, if you understand and saw those reviews, I called it. Called it. Called it, called it, called it. Called it, called it, called it. Told you. Let's get into the next Easter egg. Betty Bryant says, "Go get him, Tiger." She shouldn't be saying that. Why shouldn't she not be saying that? Because that is a Mary Jane line that Mary Jane said in, of course, the Tobey Maguire movies, but MJ in this one did not say, aka Zendaya's MJ, so they let Betty Bryant do it. See, if you look in the comics, Mary Jane Watson would always say, "Go get him, Tiger," when Spider-Man was about to go and beat the bad guys. This time, Betty Bryant said it. I can live with it. Hey, you see Stark's robot there? He's called DUM-E. DUM-E. That's Tony Stark's robot. You remember him from Iron Man. He's a funny little robot. He did something Ned did. He knocked over the Lego Death Star from Star Wars. Just like Ned did. Right, Ned? Of course you did. Now, this one is probably one of my favorite Easter eggs of all time. If you remember the scene, which of course I don't have it here to show you, the scene with Norman Osborn going to visit Aunt May at Feast, which is the shelter that she runs, which is an acronym for Food, Shelter, Aid, Shelter, and Training. Anyway, if you notice, Norman Osborn is wearing a purple hoodie with a green, like, I don't know if it's a trench coat or jacket, whatever it may be. Well, first and foremost, if you know Green Goblin the comic book, you know he wears a green and purple outfit with a purple type hood and a green mask. Well, this comes back into play when he shreds off that outfit to show the Green Goblin outfit underneath. Of course, he doesn't have the mask anymore because he broke it, but he has that hoodie, that purple hoodie. It's on screen here. I'm showing to you right now. His clothes are in shreds and he has that purple hoodie. The MCU did better on the Green Goblin in my eyes than Sam Raimi, but honestly, that's just based on views. We know who makes a better Green Goblin. William Dafoe. Now, in between these parts, we have a ton of cool stuff that happens. I'm sure I missed some Easter eggs, a bunch of action, just the coolest crap that I was like a kid. So I'm sure I missed some things that were definite Easter eggs I missed. But honestly, they felt more like callbacks to honestly other things, as far as like other movies, aka the Tobey Maguire Spider-Mans or the Andrew Garfield Spider-Mans. Either way, I didn't feel like I needed to point those out, except for people that never really watched those movies. And honestly, to really enjoy No Way Home, go watch every single Spider-Man. That's the Easter egg. Go watch every single Spider-Man, then watch this. By the way, do you not realize it? Sam Raimi, aka Tobey Maguire's and Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man, are now part of the MCU. Ha ha ha! Anyway, with that being said, let's move to the mid-credit scenes and the end-credit scenes. Well, I was wondering where Eddie Brock was. I was kind of hoping actually he would kind of like come into play, as in like he would jump around to help out the Spider-Man. But then I felt like, okay, maybe they don't want his help. But then he goes back to his dimension, and what does he drop? Just a sliver of symbiote. We're gonna get the black suit symbiote Spider-Man, and then we have the final end screen. Now, I bring this up because this is going to be a little bit special, because I know for a fact that I have a regular viewer that is going to parade me about, oh, she was there. Well, of course she's there. She's a major part of a certain movie called Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness. What you saw at the end there was basically a preview of Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness. So I could just be like, oh, it ends here. That's it. There was nothing exciting in there. But you're wrong. Oh boy, when I saw it, the tingles, the sensations, I thought Mephisto was going to be big. But what I'm about to tell you about is a bigger villain than Mephisto in my eyes. Or he might actually be. And a lot of my viewers will have no idea who he is. But if you've seen my What If reviews, I referenced him. And in my What If reviews, it was only hinted at. It might not have been him, even though he did go through our dimensions. And we are getting the dark version of Doctor Strange, which means the What If world is combining with the MCU. But then, downtown, you see in the city the massive form Shuma Gorath is gonna be in Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness. Who's Shuma Gorath? Oh boy! Shuma Gorath first appears in an adversary for Doctor Strange in Marvel Premiere number 10 back in September of 1973. Shuma Gorath is an ancient force of chaos, the immortal, high invincible, and godlike ruler of nearly 100 alternate universes, capable of energy projection, shape-shifting, teleportation, levitation, altering reality, and sympathetic magic, among other feats that he's done. He is described as being vastly more powerful than any other mighty demonic enemies, such as Satanish and Mephisto, as I stated earlier, and is capable of automatically destroying multiple galaxies through aurora pressure alone. Shuma Gorath is going to be in Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness. I hope Doctor Strange and Scarlet Witch are ready for what they're about to fight. Oh, the battle's going to be awesome. They're probably going to need help from other universes. I can't wait. This is going to be huge in my next huge review, just like Spider-Man No Way Home. I want to know what you guys think. Did you enjoy the movie? I want to know what Easter eggs or things you caught. If they're pretty much references to the other movies, I might have seen them, or, you know, it didn't need to be known. All I know is this was one hell of a movie, and I can't wait for Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness. Love or hate Wanda Maximoff, aka Scarlet Witch, you want. If you love her, great. If you hate her, that's okay. I appreciate who she is. But Shuma Gorath is coming. Oh my god! Oh, I'm like a 5-year-old. Be ready. I'll see you in my next review or video. Peace.